The amount of times I've tried to film this video and I just don't know where I'm going with it. Yay! Hi everyone. If you follow me on Twitter, you will probably have seen the massive thread I did where I just had a bit of a crisis meltdown over booktube and creating and In that thread I talked a lot about success and the sort of stress that comes with being a creator because of the way that success happens. And what I mean is, to be successful you have to be consistent. You know, the way YouTube works, you have to upload regularly, pretty much constantly, and if you're a small channel and you don't do that, you can pretty much wreck your chances in an instant. You know, you have one bad week, one bad month, and you know, you lose so many subs and you just kind of you go one step forward, two steps back, if not more. Like, you're never gonna hit the point where you can post what you want when you want and people appreciate it for you, if that makes sense. And it's tough because I know when people talk about this it kind of comes across like, oh, I want to be famous or I want to be this and blah blah blah. And for me it's not that. Like, I don't care about getting 1 million subscribers and all the arcs. Don't get me wrong, it would be nice to have publishers sending me arcs of the books that I'm super excited about, but I'm not bothered about that. What I'm bothered about is the fact that I put so much effort into these videos, although it doesn't seem like it sometimes. But I put in a lot of effort. It's a lot of work. This is a job that I'm not paid for, essentially. And if I slack in the slightest, it all comes knocking down. And that is a really difficult thing for me. You know, I've got my 1,000 something subscribers and I'm really proud of that. But I know that if I don't keep posting consistently, my channel's gonna plummet and I'm gonna basically lose all of the things I've worked hard for, in a sense. And I just, you know, nobody is really out here making these videos for themselves just because they enjoy it. Anyone who seriously enjoys every aspect and doesn't find it stressful or a little bit difficult or hard work, I envy you. Because I do enjoy it, but part of the reason I enjoy it is because it takes work and energy and effort, and therefore I feel like I've accomplished something. So it is really hard when you have an off day, or you know, you can't think of a video idea other than a haul or a wrap up and you're in the middle of the month and you know that if you don't post you're risking losing everything you've built. So I had a little bit of a crisis over it. It really stemmed from Book Expo. They opened registration a few weeks ago and I was like, oh right, you know, I'm not gonna get it, but fuck it, it's gonna be, you know, YOLO. Let's just apply. And in the application it said that they were like only taking people who posted at least 3 times a week. And I remember sitting there thinking, one, I know plenty of people who got media passes for them this year who don't post 3 times a week, and that pissed me off because it's that sort of situation where you get to publishers and they're like, we don't care about how many views you get or how many subs you have, and then suddenly it's like, lol, we only take people with above this amount of views and this amount of subs. It's like, you do care though, don't you? And I get it, I get why they care. They're trying to get a viewership, it makes sense. But don't tell me you're only taking people if they post 3 times a week when you don't. And even then, you know, the people who can post 3 times a week, now don't get me wrong, there are people who work their asses off full-time at jobs who, you know, have a small following on here who probably do post 3 or more times a week with great content. You know, I'm not saying that if you post that much your content's bad, but for someone like me, I physically can barely get 1 decent video up a week. And, you know, the people who I think can get that sort of 3 videos a week that are good up, they are most likely going to be the people who have hit the view count for AdSense, you know, who are getting sent the books that they were planning to buy from publishers for free. You know, so they're not having to spend the money on those books. So, like, they are getting paid in a sense. And I just, would you call it gatekeeping? I don't know. it's a hard situation, because obviously we all want to be at a point where like we're successful and we're getting stuff, or you know, we would all love this to be our jobs, but we can't all have it as a job. But I'm quite content staying where I am. It's just, to stay where I am, I'm having to put in an awful lot of effort for not really getting anything in return. And that sounds like I'm really ungrateful for the people who do watch and who do support my channel. But I think, you know, anyone who knows me, you'll know where I'm coming from. You know, anyone who creates will have felt this way. And it, you know, it is a case of putting in a lot of work. Like, you know, you wouldn't go and do a 5-hour shift for no money, but it can take 5 or more hours to film and edit and upload and write descriptions and make thumbnails on a video. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I've put a lot of work in to build my channel to where it is, which isn't very far, but I am proud of it. And knowing that having one stressful week, or you know, one big life change, I got a puppy, so like I've been downstairs all the time, I'm never in my room except to go to sleep, and therefore I haven't really had the time to film. That change could ruin everything on this channel that I've built, and it sounds really dramatic, and I'm probably way over analysing it. You're probably like, Emma, we didn't fucking notice you were gone, like, shut up. But I just wanted to voice it, because I think we all kind of are scared to talk about this. You know, nobody wants to be that person who's like, why am I not growing, or why am I this, you know, because nobody wants to admit that we're here for the views and the subs. Like, nobody's on any sort of platform like social media, YouTube, TikTok if you're one of the kids, you know, nobody goes on those things and actually posts regularly and seriously because they just feel like it. You know, there is a part of us that wants that affirmation. We want somebody to tell us we're good, and we look at numbers for that, and that's okay. It's okay as long as it doesn't consume you, you know. And I guess the point of this rant is to say that I am gonna stick around. I wasn't sure when I started filming this if this was gonna be like my goodbye video. I might take the rest of the year off, I don't know. I feel like I have a really good community here around Emmanovella, and you know, if some people decide that they're only here for regular content, I mean, you've kind of made a mistake on this channel already, let's be real, I'm never consistent or regular. But, you know, if people want somebody they can rely on to post all the time, then, you know, maybe this isn't the place, and if you want to unsubscribe, then that's fine, cool. But there are people, you know, and really amazing people that I have become such good friends with over the last, gosh, year and a half. And if I end up making content for like 10 people and 10 people only, I'm kind of content with that. I know I kind of wasn't 5 minutes ago, but thinking about it, like, you know, I don't want to lose that bit of the community that I have. You know, BookCon and Yalk this year were so amazing, and I have made some amazing friends in real life now through this. You know, people like Tom and Joe and Zoe and Karis and Ashley and Rhiannon. There are so many people, you know, I can't name all of you, that are now not booktube friends or online friends. I have met these people in real life. I have spent days with them. I have slept on sofas with some of them. And obviously, being close to these people now, if I stopped making booktube videos, like, we would still be friends. But I love this connection that I have with them, and I don't want to lose that. So I guess I might just post like once a month, or maybe once every few months, or maybe I'll post 5 times a week. But I've got it off my chest that this whole consistency thing currently isn't working, and I am not putting that pressure on myself. So don't expect it. Do not expect regular content. You get what you get when you get it. Hopefully you like me enough to not care. And that was a freaking rant and a half. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to bother like editing this. I think I'm just going to post it. So much for all the effort videoing takes. Woo! Videoing, this is editing. Oh, whatever. But yeah, I feel so much better that I've got that off my chest. And you know what? I actually want to film a wrap up now because I do have the books that I read next to me, so... Guess who's back? Back again. Emma's back for like 2 seconds. So yeah, thank you if you listened to this absolute rambly chaos. Imagine this was the video that blew up and made me booktube famous. Do you know, it's so funny, the fact that I just spoke about how like, oh, but we want to be successful, and then actually the thought of like being like a big channel, like, it kind of freaks me out. Like, it's weird. Like, I find it weird when people know who I am. I'm like, hello? But yeah, anyway, hi. Welcome to Emmanovella, where we don't give a fuck about the system.